Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limbus Company. Alrighty, so a lot of you have been waiting very patiently for this episode, and I do want to say I apologize for the wait. I know waiting for me can get a little bit tedious, so I've decided what I'm gonna do going forward from this episode onwards is we are going to do very, very long episodes. That way, we're able to make up lost time for the long stretches of no Limbus videos. So hopefully that'll make up for it. Extra long Limbus videos. It'll also catch us up quite a bit. So I think overall it's a good win. Now, on the screen, you might have noticed we got something that, both unexpected, but I guess it's nice. We rolled the Philip. Woo! I know I don't sound excited. That's because I'm not. But, technically, it's not Philip. So, we'll accept it regardless. So, that means we now own all, kind of the Lobotomy ego-related stuff. Obviously, Philip isn't so much a lobotomy thing, but whatever. I am also trying to level up the maid Ishmael because I thought it would be fun, especially since we're already using a maid. But enough of that, we're gonna get directly into this episode and continue right from where we left off. Now, you're gonna have to excuse me because, truthfully, it's been quite some time since I've actually played Limbus, so my voices are not going to be perfect. I apologize. I still don't see anyone on the deck.
기다려 보시오. 내가 배에 있는 힘껏 숨을 불어담아 소리를 질러 보겠소.
Wait but a moment! I shall make use of my lungs to howl a bellow so powerful that they have no recourse but to heed us. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Shut it! You'll burst my eardrums!
그런데 이런 선상 파티 같은 건 우리가 막 들어와도 괜찮은 거야?
By the way, is it okay for us to just barge into a yacht party like this?
그 뭐냐? 응? 초대장도 없을 텐데.
We don't have the, an invitation or anything like it either.
주눅 들지 마, 그래. 이런 건 원래 같이 즐길수록 신나는 거야.
Puff out your chest, Greg. The more the merrier, right? They'll understand.
버티고 나발이고 목표는 정보 수집이에요. 헛짓거리하면 놓고 갈 겁니다.
I couldn't care less about a party. We're here to gather intel. Waste any more time and I'm leaving you behind.
여기 진짜 좋아 보이긴 하네요.
Wow, this place is really fancy. Numerous liquor bottles and half-eaten food were strewn about haphazardly all over the deck.
바로 직전까지 이 자리에서 파티를 벌이고 있었던 것으로 보인다.
Uh-oh. I wonder if they got. It appears that this party must have ended very recently and abruptly.
안쪽에 불이 켜져 있어. 잽싸게 가보고 오리라.
Ah! I spy light shining from the ship's interiors. I shall go swiftly like the wind and verify its sources. Don Quixote, running on sheer excitement for a party, scuttled to the cabins.
시끄러운 게 하나 사라졌네. 그럼
Well, that's one loudmouth gone. Then Heathcliff slammed his fist into the loudspeaker that's been blaring music this entire time.
이제야 살 것 같네. 귀 터지는 줄 알았어.
Blimey. Now that's a relief. Thought my eardrums were about to burst. I decided to remain silent. The music was pretty loud.
음악이 꺼지니까 영 썰렁해지는구만.
Well, it's awfully quiet up here now that the music's gone.
그러고 보니 지금 상황과 비슷한 이야기가 생각나네요. 유모가 해준 옛날 이야기가 있었는데.
Oh, this reminds me of a similar story my nanny used to tell me. It's an old story, but... Dawn returns with a dumbfounded expression on her face.
없어.
There was not.
뭐가? 음식? 술? 아니면 둘 다?
What? What was not? Food? Drinks? Both?
아무도 없었어.
There was no one.
그저 불만 켜져 있었다는 것이요.
Yet, the lights were left on, with nary a soul to be seen inside.
방금까지 파티가 있었던 게 자명한데 사람 하나 없다는 게 말이 된다고 보나?
Ridiculous. Is it clear that mere moments ago a large group of people were having a party on the deck? How could there be no one aboard?
진짜요? 뭐 숨바꼭질이라도 하는 것일지도.
For truth, mayhaps they are busying themselves with a game of hide and seek? I wonder if there's some kind of invisibility thing, or if it's like a siren's call, where you think it's a bunch of people, but it's really not.
이런 모임에 모일 만한 사람들이 그럴 거라고는 상상이 잘 안 되지 않니?
Can't imagine that the crowd that left all these liquor bottles behind would be the kind that enjoys playing hide and seek like kids at a party.
그럼 사라졌다는 건가요? 여기 사람들이 전부. 그러면 이미 파도에 당한 배?
So what? They just vanished into thin air? Like they were... Wait. Did the waves already...
다른 가능성을 둔다면 배에 창고가 있겠다.
There is one remaining possibility. The ship's storage space.
그런데 파티를 하던 사람들이 이 모든 음식과 술을 내버려 두고 좁은 창고에 우르르 모여 있다고?
Are you saying that these party people left all this uneaten food and liquor behind just to huddle in a cramped storage room?
아, 네, 딱 이런 이야기였어요.
Oh, I remember now. Yes, the story went just like this.
성대한 잔치를 한다는 초대장을 받고 어떤 저택에 들어갔는데 아무도 보이지 않는다는 거였어요.
Huh. That oddly seems like foreshadowing for like 2 chapters from now, huh? I think, at least. Once, a huge manor sent out invitations for a grand party, but when the guests arrived, they found the manor vacant and engulfed in deathly silence.
저희 노래나 다시 틀까요?
How about we get the music going again?
라디오 작살냈는데?
I smashed the radio, lad.
이게 파도에 당했던 배라면 당장 나가야 하는데.
If this ship was struck by the waves, we have to get out of here now.
그런데 열려있는 어떤 방에서 자꾸 쿵하는 소리가 들리길래 들어가 보았더니
Then, boom, boom, banging noises coming from behind a door slightly ajar. So, of course, they went in there to investigate. And,
들어가 보았더니
사람들이 두 팔을 편 채로 시체같이 뻣뻣하게 껑충껑충 튀어오르면서
And there they were, bodies as stiff as corpses in rigor mortis, arms stretched forward, hopping up and down. It turned into Jiangxi?
저는 창고를 확인해보고 와야겠어요.
Oh, that's... I think I'll go check out the storage space.
싱클레어군, 왜 그렇게 손바닥이 흥건하오?
Sinclair, wherefore art thy palms so sodden?
체질이에요.
What? It's genetics! What? What a thing to say. Out of all the things you thought of, that's what you blurt out? Sinclair hurriedly left the room in search of the ship's storage before he would come across the hopping zombies.
추는 춤이 한때 유행 중이었다는 이야기였습니다.
Which was the dance that was all the rage back then, apparently.
춤이라는 건 정말이지 심오한 것인가 보군.
The art of dancing must truly be an art of great profundity.
별 이야기도 아니었잖아. 괜히 기대하게 만들고 말이야.
Well, that was some damp squib. I thought it was actually going somewhere.
본인은 틀림없이 다시 살아 움직이는 시체의 이야기일 거로 생각했수만
I had thought with quite the confidence that this would be a tale of the living dead.
괜히 애 겁주기는. 꼬맹이는 어디로 도망간 거야?
Now what'd you do that for? You scared the kid off. Where'd he go? I'll go find Sinclair. It's pretty dark in here. The hallway to the storage was significantly narrower than the party deck. I had nothing but faint, occasionally flashing lights to guide me through this dark hallway. I decided to proceed carefully. Seriously, this place is way creepier than wherever Hong Lu was going with his story. Sinclair? You there? I wasn't sure where these water droplets were falling from, but they were really getting on my nerves. I don't see anything here. Not that I could in this dark, even if there were. All I see is a very faint ray of light and... Sinclair? And Sinclair. It seemed to me that he'd been standing here for a good while. Exactly how long, I wasn't sure. Sinclair stood there, still like death. He looked up. What are you looking at? Now that I'm in here, I noticed that there was something funny about the ray of light. I assumed that the light I saw was from a lamp or something, but no. It was just there, surrounding the general area where Sinclair stood. There was no light source. So the light shining in from the outside, maybe? No, that doesn't make sense either. We're deep in the ship's storage. A big metal box with no opening for even a single strand of natural light. Besides, it's nighttime. This is getting more and more bizarre by the second. Where is this light coming from? Sinclair, we gotta get out of here! We gotta run! Now! Come on! It's like, Fear of the unknown intensifies. What I saw defied every bit of common sense I had accumulated over the journey, and I had to get Sinclair out of there. I snatched and tugged his limp wrist. Come on, wake up! That seemed to have done the trick. Sinclair suddenly snapped back to reality. There goes gravity. And began screaming. He bolted out of the room. What is that in the background, dude? Is Cthulhu rising from the mist?
아이, 뭐야? 넌 또 왜 그렇게 소리를?
The lads lost the plot. What in the bloody...
공중의 사람이 공중의 사람이 공중의 사람이 공중의 사람이.
Am I gonna be able to... I'll try. There's a person floating in the air, person floating in the air, person floating in the air, person floating in the air!
이거 진짜 무서워졌는데?
Okay. Now I'm actually creeped out.
사람 일리가 없죠.
That can't be a person.
그럼
Then that was...
네, 설명할 시간이 있나요? 당장 무기 들어요.
What? You think we have enough time for a lecture? Prepare for battle. Whale of the Thousand Strands Mermaid. Ah. So it literally was a siren's call of sorts. Wow. Kind of surprised I called that. So Fear. If it hits heads, it loses power. Tails hit, it deals 2 SP damage. In grave horror. Okay. Heads, it's weak. Clash Wind, deal 10 SP damage to target, and this unit heals 10 HP. On hit, inflict 1 bind. If target's SP is below 20, heal 20% more from this attack. Tails hit, deal 3 SP damage. On hit, heal by 30% of damage dealt, up to twice. If target's SP is below -15, deal 50% damage. Ooh, that's painful. And on hit, inflict 2 paralysis up to twice. Passives. When killed in combat, deal 10 SP damage to the unit it attacked last. Oh, good. Well, let's see how good we do against it. So, I'm just gonna go for our absolute... Actually. Yeah, biggest hits that we got. Let's shoot some shots. Bop! Bop! 29 damage, not bad, considering we didn't land heads. That extra 3 power we're getting is very nice, though. After all, we do have 2 battle maids. Detonate magic bullet. Tiny bit of burn damage being done to them. You know something I actually really like? I really like that the music sounds like there's a whale in the background. I think that's really a clever touch. Like, it's kind of hard to hear, but it sounds like there's some kind of whale in the background, and that is such a clever addition. Obviously, they did that on purpose. That's sound design for you, but still, it's really cool to hear. So, they were mermaids.
아마 파티에 너무 열중한 나머지 규칙을 지키는 걸 잊어버렸겠죠. 그래서
Yeah. Whoever sailed on this ship, they were probably too distracted by the party to realize that they broke a law of the lake. So they ended up getting devoured by a whale. And this deserted ship is the aftermath.
우리 배가 규칙을 어기지 않았어도 규칙을 어겨 파도에 덮쳐진 다른 배와 얽힌다면 어떤 파도냐에 따라서 덩달아서 피해를 볼 수 있어요.
Even if we stick to every single law of the lake, depending on the type of its waves, getting too close to a ship that broke the law could get us swept up in the aftermath. Their single lapse of judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. I remembered Ishmael looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remembered the rough, biting words she threw at us. This was the reality of the Great Lake that Ishmael survived before joining us. A place where even the smallest mistake could mean total annihilation. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ishmael sailed before joining us. If only I'd known. Then maybe I could have been more understanding of her. I keep going back to my quarrel with Ishmael back at the boatworks. I can't stop thinking about it.
내려온 인어들은 처리했지만 시간을 지체한다면 저것이 이제 우리를 노리려 들 것이다.
We have dispatched the mermaids that descended onto the deck, but lingering any longer may draw the rest of them to us.
파티는 끝났다. 복귀하도록 하지.
This party is over. Let's return to our ship. We left the cruise ship as fast as we could. After an indeterminate amount of time. So, we didn't find anything. I made the wrong call. I shouldn't have made such a rash decision.
됐어요. 살아남았으면.
It's okay. At least we're still alive. And that was that. Ishmael didn't say any more.
그래도 물자는 더 챙길 수 있었어.
It is fortunate, however, that we procured ourselves some ration for the journey ahead.
어이, 레이더 상에 아까는 잡히지 않았던 커다란 것이 잡힌다.
Hey, the radar's caught something. It's large.
좌표의 중앙과 현저히 가깝네요.
That is very close to the center of the coordinates.
그렇다면 이 점이
Then that dot on the radar has to be
21부의 로보토미 지부겠군.
the Lobotomy Corp branch of District 21.
잠깐 밖에서 바람 좀 쐬고 올게요.
I'm going out for some air. Ishmael slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railings where she stood muttering to herself. For a moment, I wondered if I should follow her like I did earlier, but maybe she wanted some time alone to think about things. I decided to leave her be.
정신 꽉 잡아.
Kit, you're together.
자꾸 감정을 내비쳐서는 안 돼.
Bury your feelings from them.
내 단 하나의 목표를 이루기로 했잖아. 작사를 그렇게 갈아냈는데.
I have a mission I must see through to the end. My one and only mission. I've sharpened my harpoon for that singular moment.
더 차가워지고 날카로워져야 해.
I have to be colder, harsher.
나에게는 꼭 이루어야 할 목표가 있고
I have a mission that I can't fail.
그걸 방해하는 것들, 방해가 될 만한 것들은 전부
And if anything even dares to stand in my way, I'll...
확실한 승리였어요. 돌아가면 저번처럼 홈파티라도 할까요?
저거겠군.
There it is.
우리의 목적지 유사 로보토미 지부.
Our destination, the Lobotomy Corp branch of U-Corp.
파일럿이가 말씀하신 생존자분들 안전하게 계실까요?
You think they're still there? The survivors that Pilot mentioned?
살 수 있는 시간은 충분하오. 별일이 없었다면.
Unless aught has transpired since then. We still have time aplenty. As Sinclair and Yisong shared their thoughts, the large structure loomed ever closer, out of the mist and into our line of sight. Boy, they make this place really stand out, don't they?
오, 크리피하군.
Every sinner, save for Ryoshu, froze.
그러니까 저게 로보토미 지부라는 말이?
That's the Lobotomy Corp branch?
좌표 범위에서 한없이 중앙에 가까울 뿐더러 전달받은 정보와 크기감이 일치하는 것을 보아서는 그렇습니다.
We are as close as it is physically possible to be to the center of the area delineated by the coordinates. The structure's size and appearance match the intel we received as well. The sight was enough to shut everyone up. To hope that there may be any survivors in the structure was far too optimistic a notion for what appeared before us.
흰 물체들의 사이로 로보토미 코퍼레이션의 문양을 확인할 수 있다.
I observed the Lobotomy Corp logo between the white materials.
그럼 진짜로 저게
So that's really... Only the smeared logo of the Lobotomy Corp branch glistened amidst mounds of pallid, blasphemous white. This was the undeniable reality we found ourselves in.
대체 무슨 일을 겪으면 저런 꼴이 될 수 있는 거야?
What the heck happened here?
파일럿 씨의 이야기대로라면 쌍갈고리 해적단원들이 이곳을 떠나기 전 마지막으로 남긴 말이
Pilot said that the last thing the Twin Hook pirates said before leaving this place was,
재앙이 오고 있다 였었나요?
"The calamity is coming," wasn't it?
우리가 일을 시작한 지 얼마 되지 않았을 적의 일이 생각나는구려. 이런 생체 조직이 들러붙은 분위기가 사뭇 흡사하군.
This sight summons to my mind memories from the earlier days of this company. The manner in which the organic tissues are plastered over the walls is quite reminiscent of that experience.
T사 지부 때? 그때처럼 안에 독가스가 차 있거나 하진 않으려나?
Back at the D Corp branch, right? Oh, I hope there's no poison gas trap or anything like that in here.
당시에는 배신자가 있었던 것뿐이다. 이번 상황과 비교하기에는 적합한 비교군이 아니다.
At D-Corp, there was a traitor in our midst. Thus, it would be false equivalency to use that experience to gain the intensity of this mission.
상황은 더 심하면 심해지 덜하지는 않을 것 같은데.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much better here, if not worse.
그럼 파일럿 씨의 동료분들은
Then, Pilot's team is already...
인어가 되진 않았으면 다행이겠군.
We should consider them lucky if they haven't been turned into mermaids. So, the calamity was... The calamity the pilot mentioned didn't destroy the Lobotomy Corp branch. It transformed this place into something uncanny. Something so grotesque that total obliteration would have been preferable to whatever happened here.
세상에는 다양한 형태의 재앙이 있기 마련이니까.
Well, destruction isn't the only kind of calamity in this world.
이 대호수에서는 5가지 재앙이 존재한다. 이제는 내게려나.
The Great Lake is home to 5 calamities. Well, 4 now, I suppose.
무슨 뜻이요?
Whatever do you mean?
뜻은 차차 알게 될 거다.
I meant that... You'll find out soon enough.
재앙은 아무리 조심하고 피하려 해도 찾아오는 법이에요. 그것들은 규칙대로 움직이지 않아도 되는 힘을 가져서 불현듯 찾아오니까요.
No matter how careful you are, at the Great Lake, the calamities will always find you. The laws of the Great Lake don't apply to them, making it impossible to predict their patterns.
지금은 그 재앙이 남기고 간 지옥 속으로 직접 노를 저어 들어갈 시간이군.
And now's the time to row your way into the ruins the calamity left behind.
로보토미 지부는 바로 옆 호수니 쪽배를 타고 가도록.
Take the skiff to the Lobotomy Corp branch. It's on the lake adjacent to this one.
만일의 상황을 대비해 나는 이 호수에서 거리를 두고 대기하고 있도록 하지.
I'll be keeping my distance and watching from this lake, just in case of an emergency.
Isn't that exactly why you should be coming with us?
저 양반 수업을 누가 알겠어?
Who knows what the guidebook's thinking, huh? After a quick tinkering from Faust, the skiff tied to the side of Mephistopheles began its slow descent. It's the same skiff we used to get to the cruise ship.
이 배는 여러모로 자주 쓰게 되네요.
We're getting a lot of use out of this boat.
조망만 해서 아까도 그랬지만 영 미덥지 않단 말이지.
I still don't trust this dinghy. It's too small. The small engine on the skiff revved gently, and our short, sputtering journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch began.
호수에는 원래 안개가 많이 끼나요? 아까 호수도 그랬고.
Are lakes usually this foggy? The lake earlier was pretty misty too.
주의하는 것이 좋겠소. 안개 속에서 갑작스레 나타나는 것은 모험의 기본 공식이니.
We must remain vigilant. Fogged up horizons are climate quite ripe for an ambush. Forsooth, 'tis the #1 rule of adventuring tales. There was a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners as we climbed the pale membrane-enveloped stairs leading up to the Lobotomy Corp branch.
어때, 단테? 황금가지 느껴져?
Hey, Dante, can you sense it? The golden bow? Not yet.
확실해?
You sure about that? Radya was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her the golden bow wasn't here so we could turn around and head right back to Mephistopheles.
이런데 올 때마다 내가 유난 떠는 것 같긴 하지만 이번엔 좀 더 기분이 안 좋단 말이지.
I know I'm the worrywart of the team whenever we gotta check out places like this, but I have a real bad feeling about this, guys. The closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the sinner's gait became, as though they were growing increasingly wary that some unseen enemy could ambush them at any second.
뭐 하자는 거죠? 안 갈 건가요?
What's the holdup? Aren't you coming?
너는 아무렇지 않은 거야? 우리가 느끼는 이 감각 오히려 너같이 호수에 익숙한 사람이라면 더 강하게 느끼곤 하지 않아?
Don't you feel it? This dread. I thought it would affect you most. You're the one who spent years on the lake, after all.
그래서 안 갈 건가요?
So, that's what's stopping you?
야, 그
It's...
안 갈 사람은 여기에서 기다리던가요.
Wait by the entrance if you're not going.
아저씨, 한참 전부터 저 자식은 말이 안 통했었는데 뭘 기대한 거야?
What did you expect, mate? I've given up talking sense into her a while ago.
좀 협조적으로 바뀐 것 같아서 착각이었나?
I thought she'd gotten a bit more cooperative as of late. Guess I was wrong.
가긴 가야지.
Well, we do have to go. Ishmael appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the golden bow. The golden bow, the unfathomable, bone-chilling horrors of the lake. I was starting to believe that she considered all of that nothing but obstacles between her and her mission.
건물 전체를 덮고 있는 이 흰색 점막 같은 건 무엇이요?
What may be this pale, mucus membrane covering the entirety of this structure?
Oh boy.
곰팡이 같은 걸까요?
Some kind of mold, maybe?
뭐
균류라고 하기에는 다른 특징들을 지녀야 할 터.
To identify it as fungi would require it to exhibit characteristics unlike the ones we can observe here.
내가 보아도 균류의 형태로는 보이지 않는. 오히려
I agree. They don't appear to be fungi. In fact,
살아있는 생체 조직으로 보이는군. 혈관이 마구잡이로 생긴 것 같은 느낌.
they appear to be made of organic, living flesh tissue. See the blood vessels here. They've grown into random shapes without purpose or intent.
어이가 없군. 이렇게 못들이 많나.
Ridiculous. I am surrounded by AF.
무슨 의미지?
What do you mean?
혼돈에서 피어난 작품에 패턴이 있을 거라고 보나.
Art reliant on the chaos of existence cannot create patterns such as these.
전체를 봐라, 멍청이.
Look at the big picture, fool.
전체를 생각한다면 이렇게 필요치 않은 담론으로 힘만 빼는 것이 더 불필요해 보이는구려.
Gazing upon the big picture, I only see a pointless disputation that does not but waste our vigor.
그대들도 멈출 생각은 아니지 않은가? 저기 이스마엘 양은 이미 저만큼 갔다네.
You do not intend to stall, no? See thither. Ishmael already walks a fair distance away from us.
Dawn had stopped dead in her tracks. She was looking blankly at a section of the wall. Gee, I wonder which one that might be. By the way, can I just say one more time? I think I've said it in previous episodes. This is such a good chapter. Like, yeah, Ishmael is getting on my nerves, albeit intentionally. I think that's what the entire chapter is going for, to see that her compulsion is driving her to insanity, basically. But this chapter is just so good. Like, it's growing on me. Haha. Like kind of like the growth on the lobotomy. Okay. But it's like, it's so good so far, dude. Yi-Song's chapter is just so bad, bro. Like, the more I play of this chapter, the more it makes me realize just how good some of the previous chapters were, and just how terrible Yi-Song's was. Like, oh, it's just crazy.
흥미로운 거라도 발견한 거야, 꼬맹이?
See anything interesting, kiddo?
여기 벽에.
Here, in the wall.
어?
Huh?
사람이 들어있어.
There is a person in this wall.
모형 아니야?
Maybe it's a sculpture?
모형이 이렇게나 생동감을 가질 수 있다면 내가 무릎을 꿇고 제자로 드리라고 하겠어.
If there is anyone capable of sculpting something so true to life as this, I'll drop everything and plead the artist to take me in as their student.
잠시만요. 설마 이 사람 파일럿이가 찾던?
No. Are they the people Pilot was looking for?
이보시오! 괜찮은 것인가?
Ooh. I'm trying to think of what it could be. It's probably got to be like oh man, what's the name of that abnormality? He's right on the tip of my tongue. He's like the little spore guy. The blue Lobotomy Corp spore guy. Oh, I can't remember the name of him. I'll try and find a picture of him. But like, you touch him and he turns you into like a spore guy. Like, is it kind of like that? Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's another one of those aberrations of an abnormality, and that's what he is. I don't know, though. Hark! Heed my words!
대체 거기에 말을 왜 거는 거야?
Why the heck would you talk to it? Embedded agent.
이것 보시오! 이자 살아있어!
Behold! This man is alive!
진짜 나 이렇게 소화 안 되는 기분 느끼는 거 오랜만이야.
Oh, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. It's making me feel real queasy.
이보게들 꺼내줘야지 않겠소? 살아있잖소!
Hark, mine friends! This man is alive! We must free him from his bond post-haste!
그러고 싶어도 이미 늦은 것 같기도 하네요.
Even if we wanted to, looks like it's a bit late for him.
잘라내지 않고서 꺼내놓을 방법이 있나 싶은데.
Total disassembly is the only way I see it ever getting out of there.
뭐라?
What?
뭐 한두 번 보는 경험도 아니지 이제.
Well, by now we should be getting used to these failures.
단단히 벽에 박혀 있다. 일반적인 힘으로는 분리조차도 어렵다.
The body is firmly lodged in the walls. No ordinary human strength could separate his body from it.
하지만 일반적이지 않은 힘으로는 반드시 이들의 형체가 부서진다.
With superhuman strength, you risk tearing the body to several parts.
용서할 수 없는 악의 소행이로군.
Fie! This is an evil that cannot go unanswered!
억지로 쑤셔넣은 흔적은 없어 보이는데 놀라워.
Impressive. There's no sign of anyone forcing it into the walls.
아주 자연스럽게 전시되어 있군. 원래 이렇게 태어났던 것처럼 말이지.
This is quite a natural exhibition. As though this was how it was conceived from the very beginning.
이번에야말로 구할 수 있을 거라고 약속까지 했는데.
I thought it would be different this time. We made a promise. We gave our word. Unlike the other sinners, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance to those that were trapped within the walls.
관리자님, 저것들을 쳐다보고 있다고 황금 가지가 나타나는 것도 아닌데 전진하자고 말씀 좀 하시죠.
Manager, staring at them won't magically summon the golden bow to your palms. Say something so we can get a move on. I guess there's nothing we can do for them. Still.
저는 누누이 말했어요. 쓸데없이 시간을 쏟고 싶지 않다고.
And I've said repeatedly that I don't want to waste time.
이곳에선 호수의 규칙을 신경 쓰지 않아도 될 텐데 좀 더 느긋하게 가도.
We don't have to worry about the laws of the lake here. So why don't we make this a more leisurely...
둘러봐도 역시 아무도 없는 게 확실할 테니까요.
Sure, look around all you want, but you won't find any survivors here.
여기 있지 않은가?
A testament against thy claim is right here!
살아있는 척하는 것들이잖아요.
Those things aren't really alive. They're only pretending to be.
하면
Yet,
이건 아무리 봐도 그것이고 그것이 지나간 자리에 멀쩡한 사람이 있을 리 없고.
I recognize these. They're ruin left behind by the thing. The thing that leaves nothing unchanged in its wake.
그것은 순식간에 모든 걸 집어삼키기도 하지만 가시감 뱉어내기도 하죠.
It could swallow the world in the blink of an eye, but it also spews it back out just as quickly.
그리고 그렇게 토해내는 것은 결코 온전한 형태가 될 수 없다고.
Had to happen at least once. And what it spews out never comes back right.
웃기잖아요. 그렇게 뱉어낼 거라면 애초에 삼키는 것조차 하지 말던가.
Isn't it funny? If it's going to spew it out anyway, what's the point of devouring it in the first place?
왜 마주하는 온갖 것을 다 삼키려고 하는지조차 모르겠어.
I don't understand. Why does it try to devour everything it comes across? Are you talking about that same whale you mentioned before?
그 어떤 모험담에도 그런 어마무시한 고래에 대한 이야기는 없었어. 정말 고래가 맞는가?
In no tales of adventure have I heard one mention of such a terrifying whale. Is it truly a whale?
그러게 준비가 더 필요하다고 말할 때 듣지 그랬어요. 적어도 마음가짐이라도 달리 먹었을 텐데.
Then why didn't any of you listen when I told you that we weren't ready? If you did, at least we could have been in the right headspace for the lake, but no. So you're saying that that whale you met devoured this building?
네.
Yes. How can you be sure of that?
그 고래가 지나온 모든 길은 지금처럼 하얀 모습으로 뒤덮이니까요.
Because this pale ruin is what the whale leaves behind. Everything turns pallid, like this building.
거수자 발견.
I have visual on a suspicious individual.
환상체일까요? 여기가 로보토미 지부인 만큼.
Maybe it's an abnormality? We're in a Lobotomy Corp branch after all.
그래. 차라리 환상체라고 생각하고 다 썰어버리는 게 낫겠다.
Yeah. Let's just say that's what it is and chop it down.
잠깐만요. 생존자일 수도 있어요.
Wait a minute. That might be a survivor.
뭐지? 이 안에 인간은 남아있을 리 없다 하지 않았나?
Well, didn't you say that there won't be any survivors left here? Which is it?
그래서 더 놀라워서 그래요.
I did. And that's why it's so incredible.
어이!
Ishmael, you shouldn't get so close to... Ishmael strides towards the figure.
이스마엘 씨가 뭔가 환상체 같은 정신적인 것에 당하신 거 아닌가요?
Maybe she's being mind controlled by an abnormality.
그런 징후는 없었다. 저자의 눈빛은 지극히 평소와 같다.
No such signs have been detected. There is nothing out of the ordinary in her eyes.
Other than the usual. The closer Ishmael gets, the more of the figure's body is taken over by the pallid, off-white membrane. The voice grows increasingly incoherent. Gross.
말도 안 돼.
That's impossible.
분명 방금까지 사람의 말을 하고 있었어요.
Just now, it was talking like a human. Ishmael.
봤잖아요. 분명.
You saw it too. Just now. Ishmael, you have to get away from...
이럴 리가 없어. 내가 알고 있는 게 틀어지면 이 호수에선
No, 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 no. This can't be real. If what I've known my whole life about this place is about the Great Lake.
지금은 감정의 동요가 발생했다.
She's experiencing heightened emotions.
Dang it, Ishmael! I could have asked one of the sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running towards Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ishmael to this point.
단테, 그대가 나서서는
You mustn't. But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. The white membrane covering their face begins to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling it off the skin. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes that looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking, with effort.
되돌아왔어.
The membrane is gone?
관리자님이 가까이 다가가니까 사라졌어요. 이 망할 흰색의 껍데기가.
This, when you approached it, this dang white membrane, it faded. By the way, real quick, the music that's playing in the background here, I've been playing it recently, so it's like fresh on my mind. Dude, this is some real Barrow drama OST going on. So it's like, it's making me a little bit extra immersed because me and a couple buddies, in that game, we have like our own sub and we've been getting very into the RP elements of it. And so I'm kind of going back into that because in that game, I'm the doctor of the crew. Crew 4, mind you, so we have a mod where we kind of multitask our talents, but still, regardless. So I'm getting into it with like the whole like weird membranes and stuff and the music. It's great.
황금 가지에 의한 중화작용으로 보이는군요.
It appears that the golden bow is counteracting its effects. Faust approached us.
단테 씨의 머릿속에 있는 그 황금 가지의 조각은 미력할지라도 이 백화 현상을 중화시키는 효과가 있는 것 같습니다.
Dente. It appears that the shard of the golden bow lodged into your clock is counteracting the infection of this palidification effect to a degree. The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped under a pallid membrane, blinks warily, as though they could understand what we were saying.
중화요?
Counteracting?
아니, 그럼 황금 가지가 있으면
Wait, so with a golden bow,
인어가 지금 다시 사람으로 돌아올 수 있다고 그런 말을 하는 거죠? 제가 잘 이해했어요? 파우스트 씨?
so her theory. Oh, wow, the way that wrapped around. So her theory that if we get devoured and you know, like, oh, we get turned into a mermaid, like, you can't bring us back because we've been changed, has completely gone out the window for her. A mermaid can turn back into a human? Is that what you're saying? Did I get that right, Faust?
충분한 검증은 되진 않았지만
While that theory has not been properly cross-examined.
가능성만이라도 말씀해 주세요.
Just tell me it's possible. Though it was curt, I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before.
네. 적어도 이곳을 먹고 지나갔다고 추정되는 고래의 인어들은 돌아올 수 있다고 판단됩니다.
Yes, although it may be limited to
mermaids of the whale that presumably devoured this structure.
관리자 카테님, 진짜 당신 뭐 하는 사람이죠?
Manager Dante. Just what are you?
꾸역꾸역 밀어넣으려고 노력했던 그날의 기억이 어쩌면 해결법이 있었을 거라는 생각에
Realizing that there was something I could have done. The memories of that day, the nightmare that I tried to so hard to lock away.
자꾸만 눈앞에서 그려지잖아요.
They're coming back right before my eyes.
저 고래에게 토해져 버린 채로 가라앉거나 떠다니고 있을 그들이.
I can see them. Vomited from that whale. Sinking. Floating in the brining sea. All of them.
Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression.
당신에겐 들리는 거죠?
You hear it too, don't you?
그날의 파도 소리가.
You hear how the waves roared that day.
Ishmael was right. Emotions of the past begin flooding, roaring before me. Ishmael. She stands alone in a sea of tall, rolling waves. I nodded, carefully.
저는 항해사였죠.
Once, I was a seafarer.
해결사기도 했고 뱃사람이기도 했고.
A fixer. A sailor.
그런 어중간한 걸 우리는 고래잡이라고 불렀어요.
I was something in that awkward middle ground, which we called whalers.
아세요? 아니, 보이세요?
Do you understand? No. Do you see them?
모든 걸 걸고 있거나 아무것도 걸 것이 남아있지 않은 사람들의 표정이.
Do you see the looks on the faces of those who dared to wager everything, and those who had nothing left to wager?
그런 것들을 태우고 파도를 가르는 게 고래잡이 배예요.
Whaling ships carry people like them across the waves.
So, you've seen it yourself? The whale that devoured this place?
지금까지 우리가 만났던 고래들은 사람을 삼키면 아예 자신의 것을 재구성하여 바뀌게 만들죠.
The whales we've met so far transform those they devour into something completely different, into something utterly unrecognizable from who they were before by rearranging and replacing their whole body.
하지만 그 고래는 달라요.
But that whale is different.
그 창백한 고래에게 삼켜진 이들은 하얀 막에만 감싸진 채 모두 그 형태가 온전하게 남아 있었어요.
Those devoured by the pallid whale aren't transformed. They're still themselves, just wrapped in a pale membrane.
그걸 온전하다고 하긴 좀 그런가?
I guess it's a stretch to say that they're still themselves.
외곽을 향해 키를 조종할 때가 간혹 있었죠.
Sometimes we'd sail our ship toward the outskirts.
그러면 그 온전한 척하는 배들이 바다에 떠 있죠.
There, we'd see those ships, those false ships.
선체 전체가 하얗게 변해버린 배가요.
The ships that have turned completely pallid.
고래잡이 사이에선 그런 배를 만나면 호수를 이리저리 돌아가는 한이 있더라도 반드시 피하라는 이야기가 전설처럼 전해져 오죠.
It's an old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs, even if it meant going all the way around the lake that they're in.
그 배는 원래 타고 있던 선원이 가지고 있던 습성이나 능력은 바뀌지 않은 채
Because the sailors consumed by that whale retain everything. Their habits, their skills.
그저 호수를 돌아다니는 다른 것들을 습격하는 것이 목적이 된 채로 돌아다니니까.
Except they wander the lake, only to attack everything they come across.
우리에게 피쿼드호의 선장이었던 자가 있어요.
The captain of the pre-quad, our ship.
그자의 목표가 그거였죠. 자기 손으로 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것.
She had a mission to hunt that pallid whale with her own 2 hands.
그 안에서 생활하는 내내 그자는 그 고래를 잡아내는 것이 얼마나 가치 있고 대단한 일인지 설교를 늘어놨죠.
The entire time we sailed on the pre-quad, she sermonized our ears off about what a worthy, honorable mission it was to hunt that whale.
귀가 따갑기도 했고 저자가 제정신이 아니라는 것도 알 수 있었지만
It was annoying, and we knew that she wasn't exactly all there, but
아니지. 어쩌면 우리를 미치게 하는 방법을 정확하게 알고 있던 걸지도 모르겠네요.
no. Maybe she just knew how to sink the rest of us to the depths of her insanity.
어느새 우리도 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것만이 인생의 유일한 구원이자 숙명이 되었죠.
Her mission soon became our very own. To hunt that pallid whale became our salvation, our destiny.
배 안에 모두를 미쳐버리게 만든 거예요. 그 선장은.
That captain drove everyone on that ship mad.
결국 우리는 미움과 모든 악을 뿜어낸다는 그 고래를 마주하게 되었고.
When the time came to face that whale, the whale from which all hatred, all evils of the world spout,
모든 것은 처참하게 부서지고 집어삼켜져 버렸죠.
we were promptly crushed, devoured, reduced to a scattered pile of driftwood.
차가운 물 속에서 나무 토막을 부여잡고서야 제정신이 돌아왔을 때 눈앞에는 아무것도 남지 않았어요. 아무것도.
When I came to, floating in the vast coldness of the sea, holding on to my dear life to a piece of driftwood, there was nothing left. Nothing.
붙잡고 있던 것이 그저 나무 토막이 아니었다는 걸 깨닫고서야.
When I realized what I was holding on to wasn't a piece of driftwood, but the...
그래서 용서가 되지 않아.
That's why I can never forgive her.
At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ishmael's words grew increasingly aimless, like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirling in place. Now, it was clear what Ishmael's mission was, where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation. An overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction. Really? So she wasn't hunting the whale this whole time. She was hunting the person obsessed with the whale.
반드시 내 손으로 죽여야만 해요.
That's a nice twist. Interesting. Yeah. Huh. That's a fun twist. Which would also explain why she's been... well, kind of. It would partially explain why she's been so upset with the lack of direction that Dante's been doing. Because she has a real sore spot with authority right now, kind of. That's my going theory.
I'm going to kill her with my own 2 hands.
There was no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. I suppose bringing up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession A glimpse of her old captain won't do anything to help right now. Ishmael, we don't even know if that captain is still alive.
내가 모든 걸 나누었던 동료의 관짝을 붙잡고 살아남아 버렸을 때
I was desperately hanging on to my best mate's coffin. The coffin of someone with whom I'd shared everything. That's when I, through the tempest, saw the captain.
마지막까지 그 새끼는 먹혀가는 배 안에서 혼자 그것과 맞서 싸우면서 웃고 있었어요.
I saw that standing alone, facing down that whale as it devoured her ship, laughing mad.
그렇게 목숨 바쳐 따르던 선원들은 바다와 외곽 위를 떠다니며 먹혀갔는데 한중에도 없었지.
Her fiercely loyal crew were floating on the surface of the outskirts sea, powerless to do anything but wait until they too were devoured. But none of that mattered to her.
그놈은 살아있어요.
That is still alive.
살아있을 수밖에 없어. 살아있어야만 해.
She has to be alive still. She has to be.
그러니까 찾아야 해.
So, I have to find her.
우리는 그 선장을 죽일 때까지 절대로.
We have to. Not before we kill the captain. Ishmael. I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I was starting to think that nothing I say would improve anything, if it didn't outright bring everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptibly light breeze broke the silence. A solitary butterfly. We're about to have a real big butterfly effect, aren't we? Very on the nose, I see. It moved with grace tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a puddle.
나비네요.
That is a butterfly.
보통의 나비가 이런 곳을 날아다니고 있을 거라고 생각하나?
You think any ordinary butterfly would wander into a place like this? After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again.
마치 따라오라는 것 같아요.
It's like the butterfly is asking us to follow.
한성체가 코빼기도 안 보이더니 드디어 나타난 건가?
Is it an abnormality? Finally. I was wondering when they'd show their ugly mugs. It might be a trap, but we're lost. It's the only thing with any sense of direction we have at the moment.
찬성하겠어.
I am in agreement.
나 개인에게도 궁금함이 생겨.
I am also quite intrigued by the butterfly.
이들은 계속 무슨 말을 하는 걸까요?
What do you think they're saying?
무어라 하고 있지는 않았어. 내 듣고 있었네만.
I have been lending them my ear, yet none has yet to reach me.
일정한 규칙성을 띠고 있긴 하지만 해석은 불가능하군요.
They are speaking in a certain pattern, though I am unable to decipher it.
일종의 부호 같은 느낌이죠. 음파와 암호 패턴의 체계를 활용하고 있으니까요.
It is a code, of sorts. A mix of sound frequencies and encryption patterns. Dawn was at the far back. Was at the far back end of the line, looking at the figure.
관리자 나리와 꼭 붙어 있지 않으면 해결되지 않을 일이었던가 보네.
I suppose it is true that without Manager Esquire, there could be no resolution to thy predicament. When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face again, burying it. And it began to shamble. Is it as Ishmael said? Will they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? Not only their physical senses, but also their sense of self, forgotten deep under the pallid membrane.
들리지 않아서.
Palified Thing Pirate. If the target has pallid noise, deal 1 SP damage to target for every other surviving ally. Pallid noise, SP loss efficiency +2. If at less than or equal to -45% and inflicted with this buff, gain noise panic. I'm gonna imagine that's real bad. Also, on hit, inflict +2 bleed count, and heads hit, inflict 3 bleed. Seems largely the same, though it's a guaranteed pallid noise. Clash win, inflict pallid noise. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. On hit, inflict 2 fragile. When attacked while this unit has shield, inflict 1 pallid noise to target. Turn end. If the unit has shield, gain 3 poise next turn. Gain 2 offense level and defense level for every living palified ally, not counting this unit. At 10% of max HP, inflict 20 SP damage on hit, inflict 1 pallid noise next turn, then die. If this unit dealt the final blow, apply 5 poise to all palified enemies. Right.
점점 인어들의 숫자가 적어지고 있어요.
The mermaids. I think there's less of them now. Someone stood there, waiting for us. He must have arrived here much earlier than we have.
오시는 길이 영 편치는 않았겠소.
Quite the arduous journey you've endured.
The butterfly we were following folded its wings and settled gently into his sloshing head. What? Bro looks like my Terraria characters. The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids. And not like an abnormality.
멀쩡한 생존자는 없을 거라고 했는데.
I didn't expect to find any unharmed survivors. No, wait. Is he a distortion?
야, 시계 대가리. 저거 네 친구야?
Hey, not not all people with different heads know each other. Okay, Heathcliff. Oi, Clarkhead. You friends with that bullhead?
아, 뒤틀림이면 그 똘붕이네 닭집 사장 같은 존재인가?
A distortion? Like that Bing Bong Bar and Friars owner from earlier?
논란이 많구려.
I really don't know how I want to do his voice.
I see that many of you are rather flummoxed by my appearance.
이건 세상을 받아들이는 방법 중 하나일 뿐이니.
This is but one of the many ways one may choose to understand the journey that is the world.
그렇게 소스라칠 이유가 되진 않겠소만.
So, please, do not be so wary.
오, 머리가 찰랑찰랑거려.
Thy head splishes and splashes so.
별이 꺼진 하늘 아래에서 언젠가 맞이할 그날을 기다리고 있는 내 이름은
Under the night sky where the stars have gone out, I await the coming dawn.
림이라 불러줘.
Call me Rim.
Rim? Rim? Okay.
통성명할 생각은 없으니 질문만 하도록 하지.
We're not here to introduce ourselves, so why don't we cut to the chase?
이곳에 온 이유를 대라. 미친 인어들만 존재하는 이곳에 뚜렷한 이유 없이 온 것은 아닐 테지.
Explain yourself. You must have some reason for coming to this mad mermaid-infested place.
분명 시추선에 정박해 있는 건 우리가 타고 온 보트 단 한 척뿐이었다. 그런데 니놈은 어떻게?
And we didn't see any other boat than our own by the docks of the structure. So explain how you...
내가 바다를 건너려고 한다면 배는 필요 없다네.
I have no need of ships should I wish to cross the ocean.
이것은 순전히 그대들을 보기 위해 온 것이지.
I am simply here to have a look at all of you.
와, 인기가 많아진 기분인걸요?
Wow, we're really starting to put our name out there.
그대들은 가지의 황금빛이 비추는 곳을 향하는 자들이지.
You are those who follow the bow's golden ray.
그걸 알면서 우리를 보러 왔다는 건
Okay, if you're here to see us, knowing what we're looking for...
설마 그거야? 우리에게 황금 가지가 어디 있는지를 알려주겠다는?
No way. Are you about to tell us where the golden bow is?
아니 딱 봐도 그걸 방해하려고 왔다는 게 더 맞는 거.
Isn't it obvious that he's here to stop us from...
맞소.
Yes, indeed I am.
요새 왜 이러지?
Man, I'm really off my game.
가지를 이 건물 안에서 찾으려고 한다면 그저 시간의 무용함만 깨닫게 될 것이오.
To seek the bow within this structure is to understand the futility of time.
I still can't sense the golden bow this deep into the branch. There was truth to what he said. The bow was no longer here.
그렇다면 어디로 가야 한다는 것인가?
Then to where must we journey?
가지에 이끌리는 게 비단 그대들뿐이 아니라는 건 진작에 겪었겠소.
I am certain that you are already aware that there are parties other than your own that are interested in the bows.
심지어 겨우 얻은 하나를 빼앗기기도 하였지.
You have surrendered one to them after toiling for it, in fact.
어떻게 그것까지 아는 거죠?
How do you know that?
본래는 외곽만을 떠돌아야 할 고래도 그 영롱한 눈부심을 오롯이 느끼고 있지.
The whale, once fated to roam the outskirts for all eternity, is now drawn by that same incandescent, gilded calling.
황금 가지로 인해 외곽에 있어야 했던 그 고래가 둥지 안에 이 유사 호수까지 왔다는 말인가?
You're saying that the whale came from the outskirts all the way to the Great Lake of Corp for the golden bow?
틀림없이. 그리고 이 건물에 있던 갸냘픈 가지는 그것에게 통째로 삼켜졌지.
Quite. And swallowed this structure whole with that delicate bow.
여기 있던 환상체들도 그 이끌림에 몸을 맡겨 웅대하고도 가녀린 고래와 함께 떠났다네.
The abnormalities here have also left with that magnificent yet fragile whale, drawn by that self-same calling.
You know what? If that's the case, if he swallowed the bow, then maybe Ishmael's captain wanted to get swallowed so that she could get the bow and use it to kill the whale. Hmm? I'm just saying. There's a possibility there. Or, like Gregor, maybe I'm really off my game.
그러니 자네들이 쫓는 것은 이미 이곳에 자리하지 않나요?
What you seek is no longer to be found here.
그런 정보를 왜 저희에게 알려주시는 걸까요?
Excuse me, why are you sharing this information with us?
황금 가지가 누구의 손에 들어가든 그 쓰임이 어떻게 되든 그건 작은 날개짓에 불과하네.
It matters not who lays claim upon the golden bow, or to what end they use it. It is no more than a mere fluttering of wings.
우린 단지 그 날개짓의 울림을 좀 더 나은 방향으로 이끄는 것이지.
We simply seek to steer the echoes of that fluttering toward a better direction.
우리? 누굴 말하는 거지?
We? Who are you talking about? The butterfly?
모든 걸 지켜보며 때를 기다리는 별의 주인 될 자들이요.
We are those who watch all, those who bide the time, those who will be sovereigns of a star.
동시에 모두가 같은 별이 될 수 없는 우리지.
Yet, we are those who cannot all embody the same star.
A red mark briefly flashed on his head. I've seen that mark before.
지켜본다라.
Oh god, he's part of the same. Oh no, he's part of frickin' completely ruined Sinclair's finale guy. Oh no. Oh, you're with him? Great, lovely. That's just what we needed. Another one. And to think I was kind of liking you up until this point. Now I hate you. No, I don't hate him. He hasn't ruined anyone's story yet. But you keep bad company, Rim.
Those who watch, you say?
Isong shot a silent gaze in Rim's direction.
림, 그렇다면 그대는 구인회의 끝에 대해서도 알고 있는가? 과거의 벗들이 어떻게 무너져 버렸는지 아느냔 말일세.
Have you also watched the breaking of the League, then? Have you any idea of what fate has befallen our old fellows?
알고 있어.
I do.
그 또한 지켜보기만 하였는가?
Yet you have done not but observe.
이상 씨, 혹시 당신의 옛 친구 중 하나였나요?
Is he one of your old friends, Isong?
그대들도 잠시 겪었던 면면이요.
A part of my life that you have witnessed afore.
구인회가 분열될 때 뿔뿔이 흩어졌던 이들 중 하나.
One of those who left when the League of Nine scattered into the winds.
내게는 바다로 간다 이야기하여 놓고.
You have last uttered to me that you would journey to the ocean. Yet,
그래. 나는 한때 그중 하나이기도 했지.
Indeed, I was one of them. Once.
대답해주겠네, 이상. 내가 지켜보기만 하였는가라.
I shall answer your question, Yisong. You ask whether I have done naught but watch.
그것은 오문이요.
That is a question born of vacuity.
자네는 구인회가 끝장이 났다 하였으나 그것은 누군가에게 또한 시작이었을 테요.
For you, the League is dead. Yet, for some, its death was but a beginning.
자네가 가장 잘 알 텐데.
I am certain that you are well aware of that yourself.
그 상태가 끝인가 시작인가? 그것을 객관하여 정해 놓는 건 이다지도 의미가 없어.
When does something end? When does something begin? The distinction is arbitrary and signifies naught.
깨짐은 영지 형에게도 시작이었을 터.
The shattering of the League was a beginning for Brother Yongji as well.
그래, 그대는 일찌감치 내다 버렸다는 것이지.
I see.
You have cast it aside long, long time ago.
세상의 줄기를 볼 수 있게 된 걸세.
My eyes were simply opened to the stem of this world.
간결하고 중요한 단 하나의 줄기.
The singular, yet all-important stem.
그것만 느낄 수 있게 된다면 그 외의 것들은 그저.
Once your eyes are open to it, everything else becomes
낙화와 같이 덧없는 것이지.
as hollow as the fall of wilted petals.
이거 하나만 대답해 주세요.
I just need to know one thing.
당신의 말대로 이곳을 삼킨 고래가 황금 가지를 먹었다면, 그리고 그 가지가 정말로
If the golden bow is inside the whale that devoured this place, and if the golden bows can really
이 백화 현상을 덜어주는 게 맞다면
somehow counteract the palidification effects. Ishmael's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence.
당신이 생각하고 바라고 있는 것이 옳다겠어.
It can be said that, indeed, what you believe, what you wish to be true, is correct.
그렇군요.
I see.
이 정도는 이쯤이면 되겠지.
I hope I have been a useful signpost to you all.
또 어디론가 다름하는가?
To where do you seek to depart again?
그때는 바다와 강과 도시가 어디에 있는지만 알고 꼬여 있기만 했다면.
I was once a mere pond who only knew where the sea, the rivers, and the city were.
지금은 직접 내 날개로 닿아가고자 하오.
Now I seek to reach there with my wings.
그뿐이요.
That is all.
잠깐. 그런 정보를 아는 놈을 호락호락 보내줄 것 같은가?
Stop right there. You know too much. Think we're about to let you leave just like that?
유감이요. 지금은 손에 움켜쥐어도 나는 흘러내려 담을 수가 없습니다.
Pity. Try as you might to hold me now, I flow betwixt your fingers.
자, 그럼.
Well then.
With that, he stepped into the puddle and disappeared into its depths. Pallid bipedals began to fill the void Rim left behind.
저자의 영향으로 인해 인어들이 습격하지 않았던 것으로 짐작된다.
It can be deduced that it was his influence that kept the mermaids at bay.
어째서였을까?
But why?
이성이 휘발되어도 어떤 에너지의 흐름에 대한 본능은 남아있을지도 모른다는 추론만이 가능하군요.
I can only theorize that their primal sense of certain ebbs and flows of energy remained even as their reason eroded.
겁이라도 먹었다는 건가?
You're saying that he scared him off or something? Sinclair, on his forehead, there was a sign of your completely ruined ending.
네.
Yeah.
The one who bisected Cromer with a flick of his wrist. The one who silently approached me to talk. I remember the one marked with the bright red sign, and the forehead you could land a plane on. Gee, it just randomly threw like a really... To be fair, first try, I almost did it. Turn 11, as you can see, we were close. 33 health, 11 health, and 30 health. So, I mean, we were really, really close to beating it in the 10 turn limit, but, man, it just kind of throws a random curveball in there, huh? Now, the level itself isn't too hard, but killing 4 waves of enemies, that's a little bit on the rough side. Now, I think what we could have done differently, we have way too many characters with Slash. Trying to think. I don't really have another identity for her other than base. And yeah, I think it's possible. It is possible. I'm not going to say it's not. But we brought the wrong identity. So I think if we bring LCCB, Ryoshu, and... yeah, you know what? We could do this. We could do this. Hi. Looks like Rim wasn't lying. I don't think there's a golden bow here.
제게도 가지에 대한 감각이 느껴진 건 없었으니까.
I don't feel the bow either.
이제 어떻게 하실 거죠?
Now, what will you do?
우리 외 지부에 남아있는 자들은 모두 오염되어 버린 것 같다.
All organic matter other than us in this Lobotomy Corp branch have doubtless been infected.
림이라는 사람 말이야. 그 표식이 있다는 건
That Rim guy, if he's got that mark.
지난번에 만났던 날아다니는 파란 꼬맹이랑 비슷한 놈이라는 건데 괜찮을까?
You think he's in cahoots with the flying blue kid from before? Are we gonna be okay?
확실히 결과적으로만 보면 저희를 도와주긴 했었죠. 아주 조용히 다가왔지만 말이에요.
Well, he did help us at the end of the day, even if he approached us very quietly.
하이, 우리가 뭘 어쩔 수 있지?
And WCD. What were we supposed to do?
그렇네요. 저희가 할 수 있는 건
I guess,
없었겠죠.
Had to happen twice. You know what? I've been doing really good about not interrupting them though, so I feel good about that. I guess so. There was nothing we could have done.
하지만 데미안은 저희를 향한 악의는 없었던 것 같았어요.
Still, I don't think Demian held any animosity against us.
뭐, 내 놈한테만큼은 없었던 걸 수도.
Not against you, maybe.
관리자님, 그자가 믿을 수 있는 자인지는 어떠한 증거도 없습니다.
Executive Manager, I still remain doubtful of that man's intentions.
결국 그자들의 목적이 무엇인지 명확한 말도 없이 내빼지 않았습니까?
He didn't even share with us what their goals were before fleeing the scene.
야, 그래도 얼굴 튼 사이니까 뭐라도 알 거 아니야. 뭐 없어?
Oi, you must know something about that bullhead. You knew that bloke, didn't you?
내가 알던 그와는 너무도 달라진 터라 갈피를 잡지 못하겠어.
Rim has changed too much. I cannot even begin to fathom his intentions.
Let's get out of here first. It's pretty clear that the Golden Bow isn't here anymore.
남아있는 이들은 어떻게 되는 것인가?
What fate befalls those who remain?
우리가 손쓸 수는 없다.
A fate we can do nothing about.
알고는 있지만
I am well aware, yet
네 생각 대충 알 것도 같지만 포기할 건 포기해라.
I think I understand how you're feeling, but sometimes you just gotta learn to let go.
이미 늦은 것도 있는 법이더라. 살아보니까.
If there's anything I've learned from my life, it's that some things are too far gone to be helped.
알겠소.
Very well, Sir Heathcliff.
웬일이래? 남 위로도 다 할 줄 아는 사람일 줄이야?
What's gotten into you, Heath? Didn't know you knew how to comfort someone like that.
알르니 죽지.
I wasn't gonna suffer that lass's gloom. With the pallid mermaid's unintelligible signals echoing behind us futilely, we decided to leave the Lobotomy Corp branch. We will likely never understand them. No golden bow, no survivors.
허탕. 아니, 새로운 시선의 작품을 볼 수 있는 기회였으니 나쁘진 않았군.
No, it was a good chance to observe art crafted from a different perspective. I suppose all that wasn't for nothing.
뭐 괜찮지 않겠어? 보통 이렇게 털리는 경우는 다음부터 대박날 징조더라고.
Well, we're gonna be A-okay. A big win always follows a big loss like this.
아무래도 그 가지를 찾으려면은 호수 한복판을 해적거려야 할 것 같은데. 수영을 배웠어야 했나?
We're gonna have to scour the middle of the Great Lake to find that bow. Maybe I should have learned how to swim.
그자의 말대로라면 황금 가지는 창백한 고래가 삼키고 갔다는 거예요.
If we're to believe Rim, that golden bow is inside the pallid whale.
정말 가는 것이오? 그 풍차만한 아니 집채만한 아니 성차만한
Are we truly journeying in search of the pallid whale?
창백한 고래를 찾으러 말이오?
A whale as big as a windmill. I mean, as large as a mansion? Nay, as grand as a Castillo? Castillo?
그만한 걸 우리가 잡을 수 있을까?
Can we even catch something like that?
그리고 잡는다고 해도 황금 가지는 어떻게 얻어? 다시 뱉으라고요?
Even if we catch up to it, what then? Ask it nicely to please puke the bow back into our palms?
돌아가는 편이.
Guys, maybe we should just go back.
돌아간다고요?
Go back? Oh, now you did it.
그게
Oh, I mean...
돌아가면 그 다음은 어떻게 하실 건가요? 뭐 황금 가지를 포기한다?
And then what? What are you gonna do after we go back? What? Give up the golden bow just like that?
그렇게 아무렇지 않게 없던 일로 하고 그 다음 작전으로 넘어간다?
Pretend like nothing happened and just move on to our next mission?
황금 가지를 이런 식으로 포기하는 게 이 집단에서 용인되었는지도 모르겠지만
I don't know how or when it's become acceptable in this group to throw away a golden bow just like that, but...
그게 어찌 되었든 저는 돌아가지 않아요. 여기까지 내가 어떤 마음으로 버텨왔는데.
Not me. I'm not going back. I've endured too much to go back now.
이 망할 회사에 들어오고 줄곧 버티고 있던 이유는 항상 하나뿐이었어요.
There was just one thing that kept me going in this company. One thing.
파우스트, 당신은 알죠?
And you know what that is, Faust.
이스마엘 씨의 말씀대로 이 정도의 상황에서 황금가지 수복을 포기하는 건 허용되지 않습니다.
It is as Ishmael said. Abandoning the golden bow retrieval in the present situation is not permitted. Success is still within reach.
하지만 지금 당장은 어디론가 이동하지를 못할 겁니다.
But we cannot move at this moment.
베르길리우스 씨와 합류해서 추후에 대한 논의를 하는 편이 적합할 것 같네요.
It would be best that we rendezvous with Vergilius before discussing our next course of action.
그건가? 이번에도 그 거지 같은 호수의 규칙 때문이지?
I see. It's that stupid law of the Great Lake again, huh?
네, 그렇습니다. 약 2시간이 남았군요.
Yes, it is. We have 2 hours remaining.
참 잘했어요, 히스클리프 씨.
Wow! Good work, Heathcliff. You're so smart.
이런...
You little... A sudden shock shook everyone. Let's get out of here first. What madness is this?
안개놈으로 선박 여러 척을 관측했다.
Uh-oh.
단 메피스토 팰레스의 윤곽은 아니다.
I observed multiple ships on the horizon, beyond the wall of mist. None of their silhouettes resemble Mephistopheles.
뭐야? 오발이라도 있었던 건가?
What the? Misfire, maybe?
아니 잠깐만! 니네 그게 먼저냐?
Wait! Look around!
원래 여기까지 물이 차 있지 않았었잖아!
Turned off my fan and started doing the creaky thing again. The water level! It'll be up to our britches any minute! It was as Heathcliff said. When we first got to this branch, the water level was down there. But now, it had risen high enough that the waves were lapping at the platform we were standing on.
만조군요. 이 호수는 시간이 흐르면 수면이 높은 고저차로 오르내리는 현상이 있는 것 같습니다.
It's high tide. It appears that this lake's water levels rise and fall depending on the time of day.
뭔가 발사되었다.
They've launched something in our direction.
충격에 대비해라. 또 온다.
Brace for impact! Here comes another! So, not a misfire then? Numerous harpoons suddenly riddled the ground we were on. We were being bombarded with harpoon shots, flung with nary a care whether it hit someone or not. Ryoshu parried a few harpoons away with the back of her sword, but there were simply too many.
그래, 쌍가오리 녀석들인가? 끈질긴 거 하나만큼은 정말 존경스럽네.
It's those twit hook pirates again, huh? Gotta say, I can respect their tenacity.
관리자님, 당신이 기어코 살려두었던 그제가 부른 찌꺼기들이겠죠.
Those trash are here only thanks to your very stubborn mercy, Dante.
그런 말 마시오. 관리자 나리가 행했던 건 누구나 하기 어려운 숭고한 판단이었어.
Say not such things. What Manager Esquire did that day was a judgment most noble. 'Twas not an easy decision, forsooth.
잠깐. 조금만 머리를 굴려보면 알 수 있잖아.
Wait, just use your noggins for once.
우리가 호수에 묶여 있는 것처럼 저것들도 호수에 묶여 있을 거 아니야.
They're bound to that lake, just as we are to this one.
뭐 작살을 실컷 박는다고 해도 이 너머까지 배를 직접 끌고 오지 못하니까 그 사이에 뭐냐.
Harpoon us all they want. It's not like them sods can drag their ships towards us. So, in the meanwhile, what's it?
아니,
No.
보통 해적들이 작살을 날리는 건 그런 의도가 아니죠.
That's not what pirates use harpoons for. So that's how.
우리가 갈고리를 단 건 지금 같은 조질력을 위해서였다고.
Now you know why they call us the twin hooks.
작살 타고 싶은 사람 나요다.
Are you ready, kids? Who wants to ride the harpoon?
We're fending them off somehow, but
저 가운데에 있는 배에 계속 눈길이 가네요.
that ship in the middle sure is eye-catching.
유독 화려한 건 다 그만큼의 이유가 있는 것이겠죠?
Things are usually that gaudy for a reason, you know.
오라라?
Oh.
저기 저 가운데 있는 사람 말이야.
That guy standing there at the center. Radia rarely ever showed this much fear and anxiety. That weird guy up there? He's been posing like that ever since this whole mess started.
폼? 그런 게 아니야, 단테.
Posing? That's not what I'm talking about, Dante.
저 문신을 보고도 모르겠어? 저자는
Don't you recognize his tattoos? He's...
중지의 저 형이군.
A big brother of the middle.
좁은 형님이 뭐죠?
What's a brother?
작은 형님 아니야?
I think she meant big brother. Sorry about bringing this up now, but what's the middle? Just a mere mention or a mere sight of them alone seems to shock and intimidate a lot of people. Remember how they pretty much traumatized Pilot?
저 듣기로는요. 중지를 포함해서
I heard that the fingers, which the middle is a part of,
손가락이라고 불리는 조직에 있는 사람들은 차원이 다르다고 들었어요. 직접 만나본 적은 없지만
are on a completely different level from your average syndicates. I've never met any of them face to face before, but
아니, 직접 만나는 것부터가 있어서는 안 되는 일이야.
no, people like us, we're never supposed to meet them like this.
뭐 끝이라고 봐야지.
Well, I'm not gonna be reading that one out, because that one I understand. We're all going to be...
마지막 한개비를 피워야겠군. 다들 죽기 좋은 날씨 아닌가.
Time for my one last sig. This is a good day to die, isn't it? Ryoshu, even you?
마주해야 하는 일들이라면 담담하고 굳세게 받아내야 할 뿐일 것이오, 단테.
If a trial must be weathered, We will weather it with dignity and tenacity, Dante.
준비 운동은 끝났나?
Alright, that was the warm-up.
형님께서 시간 줄 때 싸게 해라.
Big bro's giving y'all time for a warm-up. Appreciate it.
He's wearing sunglasses? In this gloomy weather?
일동, 전열을 갖추도록.
All hands, prepare for battle.
관리자님, 이번 전투는 지금까지와는 양상이 다를 것 같습니다. 이럴 경우 지휘자의 신변을 안전하게 하는 것이 우선입니다.
See, you say this, yet, I do not believe that this is going to be worse than, that freaking flower girl. By the way, this music, this is some nice music. I like this. This is jamming. This music is so good. Alright. Executive Manager, this battle, this foe, will not be like any other we have encountered before. Under such dire circumstances, ensuring the safety of the commanding officer has to be our primary objective.
좀 더 안전한 곳으로 피신하여 눈에 띄지 않게.
Please, find a safe place to hide. Make sure to stay out of his sight.
찌뿌둥하군. 이렇게 오래 걸릴 줄은 몰랐다.
Boring. Didn't think it would take this long for a warm-up.
협상을 원한다면 우리 쪽에서는 들어줄 용의가 있다.
I want him to... He's honestly not very intimidating just from looks and voice, so I'm trying to find like that middle ground of a voice. Let us negotiate. If you're seeking to negotiate, we're more than ready to listen.
악인과 협상을 하려 하더니 어찌?
Negotiate with a villain such as he? How?
그때 그 친구하고는 입장이 완전히 반대가 됐군.
Well, looks like we're the ones begging for our lives now.
작은 형님이 진짜 올 줄은 몰랐는데.
I didn't think that a big brother of the middle would be here in person.
그래, 내가 왔다.
Yeah, but I am.
난 말이다. 지금까지 인생의 대부분을 중지에 바치면서
So, in all those years I've spent as a part of the middle,
단 하나 깨뜨릴 수 없는 철칙이 있었다.
I had this one iron rule that I never broke.
하지만 오늘부로 그 철칙이 산산조각 나고 말아버렸다.
Until today, that is.
너희가 내 개인 금고를 털어가는 바람에 말이지.
Your raid of my personal safe has forced my hand.
와, 치가 떨리네. 어떻게 그런 행동을 할 생각을 하지?
Hot dang! Unbelievable! What awful mind thinks of doing something so heinous?
응? 쌍갈고리 팔을 털어서가 아니고?
Eh? What? Ain't this about what happened back at the Twin Hooks Club? A bulky, ancient book hung from his waist, secured in place by thick chains. He lifted it with his hand.
그러니 이 자리에서 고하도록 하겠다.
So here on this day, I declare your sins, oh guilty ones.
너희들의 용서받을 수 없는 죄를.
Your unforgivable sins!
저기 우리가 비록 그 스미 씨랑 조금 말다툼이 있긴 했지만.
Look, we had a little kerfuffle with Miss Smee, but ooh, you know what? I remember her. Whew, I'm just saying.
그대의 부하는 우리가 무사히 돌려보냈어.
Your subordinate. She remains safe and unharmed.
야, 잠깐.
Wait, no, stop!
스미? 그게 누구지?
That's great. That's awesome. Smee? Who's that?
Oh, the thick girl.
No way. He didn't know?
괜한 언동이었는가?
My interjection may have been unnecessary.
어디 보자. 그럼 그 죄까지 추가해서 더하면
Well then, okay, let's see, with that sin piled on top, the big brother began flipping through the pages, taking time to wet his fingers.
안가품 장부다. 저기에 적혀진 이름들은 뭐 끝이지. 우스워서 돌아버릴 것만 같군.
That's the Book of Vengeance. Once your name's written on that book, is also written into your fate. Hilarious. So hilarious I might go mad.
세상은 북신과 퍼석으로 나눠진다. 너흰 그 차이를 알고 있는가?
Listen, we live in a binary world. The world that is luscious and the world that is bristly. Are you aware of their differences? Silence. The urge to blurt out, "What the heck are you talking about?" was palpable, yet it was suppressed by an unknown, incredibly patient force.
손으로 움켜쥐었을 때
The luscious
안정감 있고 부드럽게 잡히는 것이 북신이며
You're talking about hair? Okay, great. Epic. Is what flows and wraps gently around your hand when your fingers comb through it.
꺾으라게 손가락을 뚫고 나오는 가락들이 퍼석이다.
And the bristly is what roughly stabs and pokes out between your fingers.
그 중에서도 최상의 북신이 되기 위해서는 매일같이 인고와 단련의 시간과 섬세한 손길이 필요하지.
Patience, perseverance, and a delicate pair of talented hands are crucial to becoming the most luscious that one can be.
알겠나?
Do you understand?
이 머리를 알맞은 모양으로 푹신하게 고정을 시키려면 수없이 많은 노력이 필요하지.
Yeah, I had a feeling. He's talking about his freaking hair, dude. Is he supposed to be intimidating? Because so far he's not. Maybe he is in combat, but as far as like right now, he is so far down on the list. Do you understand now the incredible amount of effort that goes into maintaining this hair in the right shape and the perfect lusciousness?
유사의 최고급 항구인 대왕가오리 항구선에 위치한
There once was a coupon to get the coveted personal hands-on hair care.
프라이빗 미용실 원장에게 헤어 스타일링을 무려 5시간 동안 받을 수 있는 쿠폰.
From the director of a top-level luxury hair salon on one of the richest ports of Corp, the Stingray port ship, continuously for 5 hours!
거기다 그 쿠폰이 있으면 누구나 멋쟁이가 될 수 있는 데다가 사전 예약 없이 방문도 할 수 있다고 적혀 있지.
It is said that, with that coupon, anyone could enter the world of the luscious, and anyone with a coupon had the privilege of an appointment-free visit. So, we're being accused of taking his coupons for a hair salon?
아까 요슈 씨가 좁은 형님이라 했던 것은
So, when you called him a brother,
속 좁은 걸 의미하지.
I meant that he can be a real to get rid of once you him off.
진짜 엮이지 않는 것이 상책이었건만.
We should have steered clear of these.
그것은 북신을 위한 원대한 한 걸음이었다.
They were to be my first steps into the world of the luscious.
하지만 그 쿠폰을 털어가는 바람에
Yet, the coupon thief
나는 기약 없이 버석인 채로 살아야 하겠지.
has left me stranded indefinitely in the world of the bristly.
자, 봐라. 이게 너희 중 하나가 저지른 극악무도한 죄의 증거다.
Behold, behold the testament to your heinous sins! The big brother tossed a piece of paper before us. On it was a picture. Heathcliff.
몰랐어. 저놈 것인 줄은. 아야, 그렇잖아. 금고에 알록달록한 고양이 스티커들만 붙어 있었다고. 그걸 뭐 누가 저런 엄청난 녀석 금고일 거라고 생각해?
I didn't know the safe was his. Look, it's got colorful kitty stickers on it. You gotta be absolutely barmy to assume that it's that safe in the middle's big brother, right?
취향이라는 건 사람마다 제각각이다. 마치 이 호수처럼.
Everyone has different tastes, just like the numerous colorful lakes of the Great Lake.
다양성과 취향을 무시한 것도 명부에 적을 수밖에 없군.
Your blatant lack of respect for diverse, differing tastes will have to be added to the Book of Vengeance as well.
누가 히스 입 좀 틀어막아. 저 장부에 또 뭐라도 더 적히기 전에.
Oh, someone please shut Heath up before he adds anything more to that book. Heathcliff, did you even know who, what, or where these coupons were for?
알턱이 있겠냐, 이 젠장.
Of course not. Bloody heck.
남의 것을 가져가는 도둑질이나 하는 낙인이 우리가 되어버린 것이오. 왜 그런 것이오, 히스클리프?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
왜 생전 관심도 없던 헤어 살롱에 손을 대버린 것이오.
Thou hast not even once given a second look at a hair salon. Yet why?
그런 게 있어.
I've got my reasons.
단 한 가지 희소식은
There is one good news, however.
가져간 쿠폰을 다시 돌려줘도 용서해줄 가능성은 극히 드물다는 것이다. 0이라고 봐야겠지.
The chance of your absolution, even if you were to return the coupons, it is infinitesimal. Infinitely close to nil, in fact.
그러므로 그 쿠폰은 히스클리프, 네 것이 될 수 있다.
Thus, keeping the coupons will make no difference to the outcome of this encounter, Heathcliff. They are now yours.
불행한 소식으로는
The bad news.
그 쿠폰을 사용해 보기도 전에 우린 모두 대박이라는 거겠죠.
Is that we'll all be oofed before Heathcliff even gets a chance to use them. With his extended, passionate speech coming to an end, the big brother of the middle and Don both wiped tears from their eyes.
그리고 그 죄의 대가는
And the price of your sins?
8조 20항을 보면
Let's see. Title 8, Section 20 says...
거기서 A형의 6번째 헤어 쿠폰.
On row A, line 6, hair salon coupons. That book has instructions in case someone steals their hair salon coupons?
그래, 찾았다.
Haha! I found it.
관계자 전원. 그러니까 쿠폰을 도난한 자와 그자와 친분이 있던 사람의 직결 처형이다.
Complete and total extermination of all involved parties. Execute the coupon thief and any of all their affiliates. Effective immediately.
역시 속좁.
나는 중주의 작은 형님 리카르도다. 죽으면서 새기도록. 기억은 무척이나 중요하니.
Ricardo. Oh. He continues to be the least threatening thing I've ever seen. Ever. Ricardo! Oh no, look out, Ricardo! The hair big brother is coming. Ugh. I can't wait to get absolutely wiped in this fight. My name's Ricardo, a big brother of the middle. Let my name be the last thing you remember before you perish. Memories are important after all. Ryoshu threw her one last cig to the ground. Smoke down to the butt.
썩 맛있진 않았어. 다음이 있다면 더 콕.
Unsatisfying. I'll get a proper luxury cig next time. If there is a next time. And the big brother quite literally soared into the air. Wait, what? It's not an ego fight? Or do we have to go through his lackeys first? Well, what do they got? Right in the solar plexus. On heads, inflict 1 paralysis next turn. Vengeance! Clash, lose, gain 1 damage up next turn. On hit, inflict 2 paralyze next turn. Tails hit, raise stagger threshold. Ooh. Skull crushing. On hit, inflict 1 attack power down next turn. On hit, inflict 2 paralyze next turn. Ready to write. Turn end. If this unit has shield, gain 1 attack power up next turn. Every time a middle ally is killed in this encounter, gain 1 offense level up to a maximum of 5. Upon clash lose, gain 1 minus coin boost next turn 2 times per turn. When a middle ally is killed, they're like, they're an OP she. Gotcha. Oh, it's a targeted fight. Oh. Right. And we have to get through their shield, huh? Ooh, this just got complicated in a hurry, didn't it? We're favored for most of these. Still favored. You know what? Go for it. We can do blunt. So let's do right here. And then we power it up. Then attack power down on this guy. Let's do it.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로
Unfortunate.
기계는 입에 발린
We immediately get
쉽게
punched
하지 않아요.
right in the mouth. Behold! Alright, we didn't hit heads on either of them. Bludgeon. Oh, we didn't hit heads again! Bro, what is our head chance? Oh, I feel like that's very unlucky so far. Didn't get through the shield? Oh, epic. What a great turn. Alright. Is it time to fire the bullet? We will not lose too much. So yes, we do. We don't know how much extra damage that does. However, our chance to win the clash is quite high. We're guaranteed doing blunt next. So let's go right here. It's neutral now, but as soon as we use this, it'll gain the +2 in the clash. Then we can keep the dark blue going. That's still neutral, actually. And we don't win at all on Ishmael. So we want to kill them at relatively the same time, though. Okay, go for this. I have a good feeling about it.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
Very good. Fire. 25, 24. We also get some Dark Flame. Sunset Blade working very nicely for us. Okay, they're ineffective against Slash. That's scary. Oh, come on! Alright, we're only at 10 sanity. Fine. Get him. Okay. Good. Okay, we don't get through that shield, so he gains a damage up.
제1 사냥감이겠네요. 가서 끝장내죠.
Okay, let's think. So we will get +2, so we'll do 8. So we have to hope that he doesn't hit heads. Oh, that's not great. You know what? Go ahead and just take him out. Then we can do favored here. We can do suppress right here, especially with the 3 attack power up. That's actually gonna be really, really solid. Let's do that. Let's try and stop him. And then let's do some damage to this guy. And ideally, we get to reroll. So he goes down. We win the clash. Hit heads, 21 damage. Okay. That sucks. Big damage. Big damage. Pretty good. 80 damage. I think we broke the shield. Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah, by the way, if we're supposed to do this in 10 turns or under, that is so not happening right now. You are out of your mind if you think that's happening. Also, we're running out of ammo, and we're on the first wave. Huh. Maid Mail probably would have been a better idea. Actually. Death. Then, let's see. This will give us a magic bullet, which will help us in the next round. We will gain the +2. Then, let's just try and get this guy out of the way and do a little bit of shield damage. Let's go for it.
탈출 개체 확인.
Okay, the extra power coming in. Ooh, just about got him staggered. Okay, we win the clash. We get an extra magic bullet. That'll help us next round. Impending day. You are finished! And I gain damage. 3 health.
직원들이 우세한 환경에 있습니다.
Okay. So let's see.
관리자님이 제 말을 집중해서 듣고 있었다는 결과겠죠.
We
이런
get this
과정들을
easy.
통틀어 신뢰라고 부른다고 하더군요.
We get
긍정적인
this
변화네요.
easy. Angela, are you done talking yet? Then, boom. Power it up. Get ready. And take him out. I want this one to be the clash, though. Get him. He's dead. Suppress takes him out. And then we're definitely going to be able to get him.
다음에 배를 날려주지.
Round 2.
고통은 없어. 사냥이 성공적이었네요. 이 흐름대로 사냥을 끝내러 가보죠.
So by the time we get to Big Brother, he's going to be at +5 permanently. Not good. Very, very not good. But what are we going to do about it? Nothing to be done. Let's go for a dominating. It's going to do big damage to that guy. Then, it's time to fire the magic bullet. That truly can hit anything, just as you said. Then we're going to try and power you down. Actually, you know what? Change of plans. Okay. Then, I'm actually just gonna try and do damage to this guy. Yeah.
탈출 개체 확인.
Big damage.
모든 결과는
Behold!
파우스트가 알아요.
92 damage being done between them. Magic bullet.
격발.
Hits 3. Suppress. Okay, his shield's gonna be a little bit weakened. Snag harpoon, we're gonna slow him down, though they're already really slow. 37 damage, not a lot. But it also conserves our ammo. That's another important part we gotta remember. We hit multiple people with Flip Claire.
한 방 먹였네. 이
Okay.
기사를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
We're doing okay. This guy is almost dead. This guy also has the very real potential to die. So, let's... You know what? Hang on. No, maybe... I want to use more ego. Issue with that, I feel like we're really going to need it on that last wave. I feel like the last wave is going to get pretty intense. So, we're guaranteed to get blunt. So let's overpower you. Then, we're favored. Actually, you know what? Let's win that clash. Then we go red. Red. Change our order a little bit. There we go. Then we do big damage and followed up with even bigger damage. Go.
탈출 개체 확인.
And we might kill the other two with our effects. Okay, so we're getting through his shield. So one did die, as I was expecting. Okay, that's 2 down. Our multi-hit is probably going to take another one out. Yes, it did. That's 3 down. 2 left.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
So we can take this guy out, no problem. This guy we can also get through relatively easily. So what I'm going to do... Faust and Ishmael, you go for this guy. Then let's get some AoE. Or wait. No, you are still in Flip Claire form. Okay. Then let's get some green value going. And... Ooh. Yeah, like that, like that. Okay, you're staggered, you're dead. He's down. We should be able to take him out. Very close. Alright, just get him.
탈출 개체 이런 상황인데도 어떻게 끝이 보이네요. 조금만 더
Okay, we
해보자.
don't use a
완전
bullet.
무력화.
Again, we're still at 8 ammo. And there he is. Ricardo. Big man himself. Punching. On hit, blunt damage plus 3. On hit, blunt damage plus 3. On hit, inflict 3 paralysis. On hit, on hit, blunt damage plus 5. On hit, blunt damage plus 5. On hit, inflict 3 paralysis. On hit, target loses 5 SP. That's a huge counter. And Domineer. Combat start, apply 1 attack power up to all allies. Combat start, inflict 2 attack power down to 2 enemies with the least SP. Holy crap. Every time a middle ally is killed, yep, the big brother. All allies heal 10 SP at turn start. Chains of Loyalty. When an ally from the middle is killed, gain +1 coin power boost next turn, max of 2. If an enemy that attacked this unit fails to deal more than 12 HP damage with their skill, the enemy loses 10 SP. He also has 2 unmet conditions, and this unit's panic type does not change when inflicted with an effect that changes panic types. Instead, this unit is inflicted with an effect that is inflicted against targets without SP. And what's your panic? You just become OP, basically. Okay, So low sanity is very bad. Very not good for us. Okay, great.
Then let's think about this carefully.
We don't have magic bullet. So hear me out. We use ebony stem, we eat the counter. Thoughts? I think it's pretty good. Now, where's his kick? That's his kick. Okay. So just deal with that. Get rid of it. Then, let's get some sanity back. We're pretty much guaranteed to win this clash. I want to start doing bonus damage to him. So we're going to use that. Then we get some blunt. So let's counter this guy. Let's counter you. And then let's power you down next turn. Go.
당신의 판단을 따를게요. 승리를 위해서라면.
86 damage, not bad. Holy 70 damage!
이래선 걱정만
Okay.
꼴인데.
가슴 가장 깊은
Painful. Did not think he was going to be hitting quite that hard. We're not doing damage to him? We're not doing damage to him.
확인 사살.
We're not hurting him.
직원의 상태가 나빠 보이는군요. 흔히 이걸 나사 빠진 상태라고 표현하던가요?
Gain 2, Test of the Big Brother. Take double damage from skills. Huh. Huh. I see. Let's try?
교전 시작합니다.
Well, that's a bad start. Okay, we do get a stagger. That's a pretty big deal. Get some sanity back.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Nobody dies this turn, for now. Take him out without using ammo. Flip player gets very low.
적사살 좋아.
While this effect is active, take double the damage from skills, double the amount of stagger threshold raised from Tremor Burst. This effect expires when this unit is staggered. If this unit isn't staggered when this effect expires, gain 5 damage up at the start of the next turn. Oh no, we have done damage to him. Yeah, no, we've done damage to him. It's just non-existent. Right. Wow. Target has less than 0 SP, coin power plus 3. On hit, heal 10 SP on self. On hit, inflict 2 bind and 2 attack power down next turn. And on hit, target loses 20 SP. Huh. 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 Okay. Right. We're struggling with that? That's crazy. Okay. Right. Right. We're still struggling. Oh my. So we're dead? We're dead. We can't get through it, literally. Wait, you're not. Oh, you're still struggling, really? At 21 power, you're still struggling? How? Wow. Yeah, so we're just dead. Well, all right, just do what you can.
당신의 판단을 따를게요. 낙인을 새겨드리죠. 끝까지 함께 싸울 수 있을 거라.
생태적 무력화.
일발장전.
Hey, remember when I said that that he was gonna absolutely destroy us despite being really unintimidating? Yeah, it turns out I was right, huh? Well. Alrighty.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
My hair coupon! 20 plus 8 and it hits everyone. And then he's also using Watcher Back and also has Payback. Well, we're hopeless no matter what we do. Okay. Well, all right. Well, goodbye.
완벽한 한 발을 위해. 이렇게 금방. 계약은
머지않아 개체로부터 강한 공격이 예상됩니다. 공포에 직면해야만 하는 시간이라는 거죠.
제압 작업 실패. 지휘팀 제압 실패. 다음 부서에게 지원을 요청합니다.
Okay. So remember when I said that it couldn't be worse than Hair Girl than Flowers Girl? Yeah, apparently I was wrong. So I know a lot of people have beaten this. At least I'm sure a lot of people have beaten this. It is the P-Moon fan base, and they can achieve significantly more than I can. How? What's he weak to? Oh, we don't even know. Or he's not weak to anything. Oh no, he's weak to blunt? Really? Actually, we could bring, That's a thought. Well, alrighty. I know I said this episode was going to be super, super, super long, but, honestly, I don't think we're going to beat him in this episode. So, unfortunately, I think that's just gonna be that. Maybe there's a world if we uptie, reindeer. Like, maybe this would do it, because it'd be really, really strong, but I mean, a level 4 uptie would, with a Mind Whip, would be really, really strong, especially if he is weak to blunt, but, yikes. Well, alrighty. So, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Limbus Company. I'm sure there's a strategy to beat him. At the moment, I have no clue what that is, but I'm sure it's there. So, seemingly, we just gotta spam him with blunt. By the way, I know at least one person is gonna say it. One person is gonna tell me that I should just level up my people and try again. Well, see, the funny thing about that, I can't. I have to beat this chapter to level them up further. So that's not an option. So just to quell that, I know at least one person is gonna say, well, just level up. It'll make the fight a lot easier. You can't. So, yeah. Alrighty, so yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Limbus Company. We did make a lot of really good progress in this episode. I was going to keep going until we hit the dungeon. Not happening. So, thanks for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.